Alright, so hopefully this looks better because I just tried to record it over there where I normally record videos, and it was like so drowned out because it's super sunny outside right now and the background was like completely black and you couldn't see anything. So hopefully this looks better. So it is week 3 weigh-in. Today I wanted to talk a little bit more about the actual calories and macronutrients that I've been eating on my plant-based diet while losing weight. And before I actually get into talking about food, there were a couple words and definitions I wanted to share with you guys. And some of you may have never even heard these definitions before, some of you may have, and if you have, that's alright, just skip past this part and move on to the actual food. But for those of you that haven't, the first word that I wanted to go over with you guys is calories. Now there's a couple definitions of calories that I'm going to go over in this video. One of them is a little bit more scientific based in what it truly is, and then the second one is something that's a little bit more applicable to what we're talking about and to what we think of as calories. So the first one is coming from Merriam-Webster dictionary, and it defines calories as the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water 1 degree Celsius, and this is also known as a large calorie. And then the second definition, coming from Cambridge dictionary, defines a calorie as a unit of energy often used as a measurement of the amount of energy that food provides. So like I said, first one very scientific based, second one is a little bit more what we consider calories and what we think calories are. But I just wanted to still include the first one because it's valuable about food and calories and to truly know what a calorie is. So the next word that I wanted to go over is macronutrient. Now this is going back to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, and they define macronutrient as a chemical element or substance such as potassium or protein that is essential in relatively large amounts to the growth and health of a living organism. Some other examples of macronutrients are fats, carbs, calcium, and plenty of other minerals and things that we need in relatively large amounts, like it said. Now that I've covered these words and you have a little bit better of understanding of what a calorie is and what a macronutrient is, I want to go into talking about what I ate yesterday. Before I get into actually sharing my meals and getting on FitnessPal and showing you guys my exact calories and macronutrients, I just wanted to cover and make it very clear to you guys, please, 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 do not take me sharing my calories and my intake as this is what you guys should be eating, because everyone's body is different. Everybody needs different amount of calories and there is no one size fits all. So please remember that when I'm going through this, and realize that I have a little bit better of understanding of what my calorie needs are because I've had a few body scans done in my life. And basically what a body scan does is they put these little like patches in different parts of your body, and I truthfully don't know how the whole science of it works and how they figure it out, but they end up coming out with a rough estimate of your muscle mass, your fat, your bone density, and water and everything else like that. And then they calculate in your age, height, weight, some things that would generally you would find on a calculator like online or something like that when you're looking for calories. But this is a body scan, and like I said, they calculate in the muscle mass, fat, bone density, and all that stuff into the final product and figuring out your calories and what your BMI is, or your BMR, not your BMI, sorry. So yeah, I have a little bit better understanding because of that, and if you would like to get one of those done, I'm sure you can find somewhere, or there's plenty of things that you can do online to get a rough estimate. I've tested out like these last couple weeks and giving myself like a rough estimate of how many calories I should be eating, and after a couple weeks now, I personally think I need to adjust, and that's what this is all about. Working with your body, understanding your body, and knowing when you need more food or when you need less food, when you're losing weight, when you're not losing weight, paying attention to those things, and truly giving your body what it needs, and not just thinking that it's just one size fits all. So now let's head into my FitnessPal and we'll check out calories and macronutrients and everything. I'm first gonna kind of like just go over my overall, and then we'll kind of break things down by meal, and I'll just like play all the clips of everything that I ate yesterday during this while I'm talking. So overall yesterday, my overall intake of calories was 2,149 calories. as far as protein goes, I got about 79 grams of protein. This is a little bit lower than I normally try to get. I try to get between 85 to 90 grams of protein a day, but you're not going to win them all, and I'm not worried about it. It's one day, life goes on. There's always the next day to get a little bit more protein in and make up for that loss. Carbohydrates, 257 grams, a little bit lower than normal, but as we go down, you can see yesterday was a pretty high fat day for me. That just had to do with, I had a bunch of guacamole with my lunch. I had some chickpea cookie dough later on at night that had a bunch of peanut butter in it. It was super calorie dense. So those two things kind of like put me over the top for yesterday. But again, like I said, with the protein thing, it's one day, it's no big deal. Life continues to go on, and there's always tomorrow to make up for it. As far as some of my other macronutrients like potassium, vitamin C, vitamin A, super good on vitamin C, vitamin A, calcium, a little low on iron, but I do take an iron supplement. And then as well as potassium, a little low on that too. That's something that I've been noticing as of recent that I want to kind of work on to try and get some more potassium in. As far as like meal by meal, for breakfast yesterday, I had my normal smoothie. If you guys don't know what goes in my normal smoothies, make sure to check out a full day of eating video where I will go over all of that stuff. I had nachos for lunch, and I did a little bit something different with the nachos this time. I was kind of nervous, a little scared, but it actually turned out really good. I did kind of like a pulled pork style nacho, but instead of meat or anything like that, I used banana peels. We took all the bananas out, used that for our smoothies and freeze it, and then we took the banana peels, cleared them all out, got all the banana out of them, and then shredded them with a fork, seasoned them, put it in a saute pan with some barbecue sauce, and it was actually super, super good. So along with that banana pulled pork, I had some black beans, rice, kale, and then a bunch of guacamole. Like a bunch. And then I had half an orange. I shared an orange with my girlfriend at some point in the day too, while we were getting all of our lunch ready for nachos. Then I had some other little snacks like the almond yogurt with hemp hearts and almonds. And then I had a mango with that as well. Throughout the day, I kind of snacked on some pumpkin seeds. I didn't really show those in the clips just because, like I said, it was kind of throughout the day. It wasn't like at one period I sat down and had like 4th cup of pumpkin seeds, shoved it down my mouth. I just kind of like snacked on them when I was bored and stuff. Because what are we supposed to do while we're on quarantine? Later on at night, we were watching movies and stuff, so I had a couple snacks. I had some quinoa puffs, which I'll put a picture of them up over here because these are definitely 10 out of 10 my favorite vegan chips that I've had so far. We find them at my local Kroger. I don't really know where you guys can find them. If you have a Kroger around you, maybe you'll be able to get them there. But as far as any other stores that they have them at, I don't know of any yet. But if I find other stores, I will definitely let you guys know because I fucking love those chips. And then to end off the night, I had some of that chickpea cookie dough like I was talking about, and then I had a slice of bread with some vegan cream cheese. It was a pretty good day overall as far as eating. Some days I've been struggling a little bit to get calories in, but you know, that's just part of it. Things happen, you forget to eat something, or you don't, you know, you just lost, and I don't want to force myself to eat, and I don't want to like shove food down my mouth all the time. But talking about struggles, might as well piggyback onto that. One of the other things that I wanted to kind of go over with you was some struggles that I've been having throughout this last few weeks of being vegan and not having cheese and not having any animal products. Now, I will admit, being a vegan has been much easier than I ever thought it would be. Being a vegetarian was much easier than I ever thought it would be. I think it was the idea of giving up the meat and giving up the cheese and giving up those pleasures that I've had throughout my whole life and are kind of like a norm to us now, that scared me more than actually being a vegan or being a vegetarian. One of the things that I've kind of been struggling with as of recent, the more that I've been into veganism, is not having cheese. For sure, that's probably one of the things like I think about at least once a day where I'm sitting eating a meal and I'm like, man, this would like be really good with some Parmesan cheese or some mozzarella or something, you know? Everybody loves cheese and it's super, super addictive. And I thought people just said that as a joke, but then later on, when I watched What the Health, which is this really amazing documentary about the dairy industry and the egg industry and just researching into all of that. It's a really great documentary. I'll put a picture of it up over here so you guys, if you want to go check that out. I know it's on Hulu. If you guys have Hulu or any other streaming platforms, you can check those out to see if it's on there. But in one part of that documentary, they start talking about casein protein. So casein protein is the main protein found in dairy products. And when our body digests casein protein, it forms casomorphins. Casomorphin is a casein-derived opioid peptide. Does one of those words sound a little scary and a little familiar to you? That is because this casomorphin peptide attaches to the same receptors as heroin does. Now, obviously, it's going to be nowhere near as strong of an effect, but it's just the fact that it attaches to those receptors and has a similar effect. So yeah, think about that the next time you want to throw some extra Parmesan on your pasta. And one of the other things that I've kind of been struggling with is eggs. Eggs have always been a part of my diet. I've always loved them. They are so delicious and so fatty and so good. But again, What the Health really changed my perspective on eggs and just the egg industry in general and what they are doing to these animals and how bad they're exploiting them, and then in turn how they are hurting us. Please, if you are considering vegetarianism or veganism or any type of plant-based whatever, I don't care, I would highly suggest you to go check out What the Health. Super great documentary, super informative, and really changed a lot of my perspectives on dairy products and eggs and also meat. Before or after I had given it up, it made me not want to eat it even more. We're gonna finish off this video by going and checking our weight and weighing in. I don't really mean to put it off until the last second, but I just start talking and I like to talk. So we'll go weigh in really quick. We'll wrap up this video and then we'll get you guys out of here, get me out of here, and on to your day, whatever you're doing. Alright, so as you guys saw in the last clip, 91.9 kilos this week, down 1.1 kilos, which is about 2.4 pounds or so, almost 2.5 pounds this week. Like I said before, and I've said a couple times now, definitely need to up my calories because my goal was probably about 1.5 pounds a week, and last 2 weeks I've been losing well over that, so definitely time to up my calories. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. I provided you with a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of value. If it did, leave a comment. Tell me if you learned something. Tell me if there's any questions that you have. Let me know, and I will definitely look down and comment back and try to answer it if I know the answer, or look it up, or maybe do a video on it if I don't know what the hell it is. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day, week, month, and year, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.